So mistakes are inevitable. Every single human being is going to make mistakes, but then some mistakes you can bounce back, whereas the other ones, it's going to be very difficult to bounce back out of those mistakes. So one of those mistakes is financial mistakes, and in as much as it's very difficult to bounce back from financial mistakes, it can be prevented. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you about 4, 5, or probably 6 financial mistakes I have made, especially as an F1 student since I came to the US. Some of them is going to be familiar with you, especially if you follow me on TikTok. I've spoken about it several times. But then if they are not familiar with you, I want you to sit down, enjoy, and take some notes. So the first mistake that I regret, first financial mistake that I regret so badly, was trusting people easily. Now, when you come into this country, you have this feeling of genuineness. It's like you feel like everyone thinks like you have a genuine heart, and that is the sad thing about having a genuine heart. You think everyone thinks like you think everyone was like you. Why am I saying this? So I quite remember when I got into the US and I started some side hustles in Ghana. I was making some money from Ghana in Ghana cities. A lot of people were asking for help. They reached out to me for help because obviously the black tax and all that, and out of rush and not making rational decisions, I promised people that I was going to take them through university. So there was this lady that I promised I was going to help her pay her university fees in Ghana. I helped another guy. I promised to pay for his boarding house, provisions and stuff. I thought I'm in America, I am going to be successful within the next 3 months. And as time went on, I realized that I was basically throwing money away. And these people were not appreciative of it, number one. Secondly, when I wasn't able to help, they stopped talking to me. They are nowhere to be found. So I trusted these people so much that I thought when I'm in trouble, they might help me, or I was going to start a foundation one day, and this is the beginning of the foundation. Basically, it was too early for me to start this foundation. Moving on to the context of trusting people, I realized that I ended up doing businesses with people I should have signed contract with. In the US, you can be best friend with someone, but then when it's time for business, it's business. I quite remember I opened a game center in Ghana. If you're in Ghana or you are from Ghana, you know what a game center is. So I opened the game center with someone, and long story short, it didn't last for even a month. The person came up with stories, and then that was it. I lost the money. So I trusted people too easily, and I gave them money. I trusted people too easily, and I decided to support them. That is the first mistake that I made. Moving on to the first mistake, something similar to the first mistake about trusting people. You all know this story. I trusted people and gave out my bank details to them. That is the most stupid mistake I ever made in my entire life. I look back and I hate myself so much that why was I so stupid to trust people who had never stepped foot in this country with my bank details? Because I thought I was being of help. So I would basically give out my bank account details to them that, hey, you said you need money, someone wants to send you money, but then I want you to receive it. And then I'll just give out my bank account. At that time, I had this bank called Truist Bank. I gave my details to these people. They used it for their transactions. I wouldn't go into details because most of you know the story. And I ended up facing the charges because people who they ended up scamming pressed chargebacks on my account. The bank took the money back, left me in a negative balance, and I had to pay all those monies back. So it's one of the dumbest mistakes that I ever made, and I want you guys to take note of every single mistake that I made, because as an immigrant or as an F1 student, chances of you falling in this trap is extremely high. So I made the mistake of trusting people with my personal information. I was giving out my PayPal account, I was giving out my Cash App and all these things because I thought I was going to be the savior. I was helping these people, and long story short, they are nowhere to be found. When the doomsday happened and trouble came, they all disappeared, and guess who was the bad guy? This guy right here. So that was it. Trusting people with my bank details, trusting people with businesses from back home. People are like, let's start a business, let's run a business and all that, and then trusting them by supporting them through the academic journey. But it wasn't that long. It was just like a semester thing for like helping people, just a semester. The next mistake that most people would 100% fall into this is sending out money too early. So when you come here, I understand that your family isn't strong financially, your friends are struggling and all that, so you want to be the savior. Similar to trusting people, when you get here, please do not be in a hurry to send money back home. And I know most of you have watched videos from different channels, from different TikTok pages, and people have said the same thing. You are going to regret. I'm yet to meet someone say that, oh, I was so happy when I came in the first 6 weeks. I was sending money back home. I quite remember when I made my first money, I had it in cash, and there's this friend of mine who had his bank account. I wanted to give the money to him so that he would put it in his bank account, and then I sent it back to my friends back home. This guy was like, you don't have to do this, Charles. Listen to me. I'm not going to help you send the money back home. I thought he was an enemy of progress. He didn't really understand where I came from, and I was so angry at him. But looking back, he nearly saved me. But then I was very stubborn and I didn't listen to him. I'm telling you that people back home do not really care about you. They don't really need money. I repeat it, they do not need money. When you were in Ghana, you weren't giving them money. You weren't the reason why they were surviving. And that is the same situation here. They just need extra money. In the US, when you are broke, you are basically homeless. When you are broke, you are basically nothing. You know how it feels to be broke and be living in the US, so you would want to save your money for emergencies. Once in a while, if you have it and you want to support them, fine. But if you do not have it, please do not kill yourself. I have given out $15 to people when I had just $20 in my bank account, and none of them yield any fruit. You understand? So do not be in a hurry to send money back home. One thing that I did that today, I'm going to be very honest with you guys, is when I had some amount of money from my scholarship refund, I sent it back home for them to start a school. So they do not ask me for money anymore. So instead of you giving out money every month, $100, $200, why don't you tell them that, hey, I'm going to give you $300. You are not going to ask me for money again. Start a business with that money, and that is it. That way, it's better than you having to send them money. And I'm talking about your family, not your friends. There are a lot of people who do not talk to me anymore because they think I am rich, I am successful, and I have ignored them. Oh, forget him. When he traveled abroad, he's been acting a little bit, but they don't know that there are days where I had just $3 in my bank account. There were days where I had just $5, $10, $15, and I had bills to pay. They don't see this picture. They don't get to see this side of the US. All they see is we smiling in camera, we looking happy, we looking successful, but they don't see the behind the scenes. So do not be in a hurry, do not be in a rush to be sending money back to your people. They don't need money, they just need extra money, and you are the one who would always need money. The next financial mistake that I made is not understanding the credit system. I've messed up my credit score twice and I've bounced back by the grace of God, and this is what led to me messing up my credit. It's going to be the next point. But not understanding the credit system would cause you to go into a rabbit hole. It's like you're going to be sinking, right? So the credit system over here is basically your spending habits. When you come here, you would be tempted to get a credit card and you would eventually get it. You would think the money belongs to you, forgetting it's a negative balance. It's a money that you have to pay back. You don't often know when you're going to get the money, and that is where they get you. When you don't pay on time, they are going to be interest on it, and when you miss certain payment, it's going to be on your record. So let's say you get your credit card and you are given a limit of $1,500 every month. Okay, so the $1,500, you have up to $1,500 every month. So when you are done paying, let's say $500 of it, they give you $500 back to borrow and all those things. I quite remember when I got my social security, I got it about 2 weeks after school started because I applied the next day of starting classes in August. The day I got my social security was the day I got approved for a Discover credit card. So I had already applied for Discover credit card, and I had a friend who gave me her referral code and all that. So when I got approved, I think I was approved $1,000. I think it was $1,000 or $1,500 limit or so. I don't remember, but the moment I got approved, I was so happy. I thought I've gotten extra money and all that. So when the card arrived, I quickly went on Amazon and I just ordered things. I was ordering Apple Watch, ordering sneakers, things that I basically never had the money for, or things I didn't even need, which is going to be another point. Okay, so I didn't need any of these things. I ended up buying cameras. If you knew me back in 2023, remember I had this flash camera and all those things. Now what happened? I ended up being in debt. I didn't need any of those things. None of those things made me money back. And what happened? I started selling those things again. So I remember selling my Apple Watch or listing it on Facebook Marketplace. I remember selling my camera again, and I wasn't selling it at the exact price that I got it. I was selling it at like a fraction of how much I got it. So I went in so much debt. I was owing Discover credit card. I also went to get an Amazon credit card, which was a very stupid thing that I did. They gave me $1,000 limit, and I was just buying things off Amazon. I quite remember one of the most stupid thing I bought was a fat spray. I know it's stupid, I sound stupid, but you would understand me. I bought it because I wanted to prank my friend and then just make it funny, but by the time the product came, I wasn't even in talking terms with her, so I didn't even get to use it, and I wasted the money basically. So I was basically buying stuff. So I'll be bored and I would be on Amazon just trying to see if I needed stuff for my room, trying to buy random things. So please do not fall in the trap of credit cards. When you get a credit card, some way, somehow, make sure that you have the money to pay it before you use your credit card. Now, not understanding the credit system, another thing that made me mess up my credit system was applying to multiple credit cards. This is going to sound very embarrassing, but I had 6 credit cards at a certain point. And I had 6 credit cards because I was very broke. I had maxed out my first credit card, I had maxed out my second credit card, and I was just applying for credit cards. The reason why I was applying for multiple credit cards was I got a job over the summer. I was a resident assistant and the school was paying me, but then it wasn't enough, and I was paying back the chargebacks that those bank pressed on me. So I was basically broke. Any money I made went back to the bank, so I was relying on my credit card, buying food with it, buying water, groceries, Ubering and everything. So I was just borrowing and applying for new credit cards, which ultimately led me into becoming the most broke person in my entire school, if not in America. I mean, not in entire America, but then I was very broke. I had about 6 credit cards, and that is what led to one of the dumbest mistakes that I made, closing those credit cards. I wouldn't say those mistakes were dumb because it's over a year, but then it's dumb because we don't close credit cards. When you pay off the debt, don't close the card, let it be there. But then if you let it be there, remember that you are going to be paying annual fees or annual charges on it. So I had this credit card that was charging me $40 every month in charges. Another one was charging me about $75 every month, aside the amounts they were giving me. So I was basically paying money just to borrow money. Do you understand how stupid credit cards are? So if you want to get a credit card, please get a zero charges credit card. I would highly recommend using Capital One. That is what I use right now. Capital One credit card and also Discover credit card. These are the best credit cards in my opinion. If you're in the US or if you're an international student and if you want to use my referral code, so we both get $100, I'm going to leave a link in the description. Capital One is one of the best credit cards and Discover is also one of the best credit cards. So I ended up borrowing so much, applying for new credit card, and I never talk about how it affects your credit score, because when you apply for a credit card, they take points off your credit score. So credit score starts from 0 to I think 850. So if you're in the 6, anything below 600 is termed as a poor credit, and I think 650 and above is good, 700 is very good also, and 800 is excellent also. If you're in the poor zone or if you're in the poor credit, you don't get any loans. If you're in the good, somehow you get loans, but then the APR is going to be very, very expensive, which is the annual percentage rate, which is like the interest. Some of them can be 29%, 30%. I've never seen 30%, but some of them can go as high as 25% or 26%. So please, when you come here, I know that pressure of you wanting to get this latest sneakers, getting these things is going to be there. Please be extremely careful when applying for credit cards. Think twice, sleep over it. You don't need to impress anyone, so please be careful of the credit system. The next mistake that I regret so much making is not canceling my free trials. So most people over here can relate. I made a video on TikTok talking about how the funny thing, it happened again just yesterday. So there was this credit report company that I was using, and I signed up for their free trials, and I just forgot to cancel the free trial. And at the end of the month, I received an alert that $35 was taken from my account. I forgot to cancel it. So people have free trials and then eventually you get into the paid version. So I forgot to cancel it, and that wasn't the first time. There were times where I've subscribed to certain programs and I would be like, I would cancel it before the month ends, and then some of these subscriptions could be $50, $60. I've had one which was like $95. It got to a point for 3 months or 4 months, they were taking $35 from my account. I didn't know where that subscription came from. They were just taking the money from my account. And you know how it feels to have $30 in your bank account and then the subscription takes 25% or $20 or $25. It's very painful. Yesterday morning, Canva took $15 from my account. So the reason why they took the money is I'm working on my book, my upcoming book, and I wanted the cover. I needed the features from the premium version, and then I subscribed, but I forgot to cancel it after I was done. So they took $15 from my account, and it's really hurt, it really sucks, but that is one of the mistakes that I regret making. I have wasted so much money by not canceling free trial. So please, Over here, when you forget something, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you so many things. So please do not forget these things. The next mistake, financial mistake that I have made is not learning the tax system. So I filed for my first taxes in 2024 of February or January, and I ended up owing the government. Meanwhile, I was a student and I wasn't supposed to owe the government. I ended up owing the government. I think it was almost $600 or so. It was a lot of money because I filed the taxes myself. I didn't understand how the taxes works. And then the IRS sent me an email saying that I owed them this amount of money. So I had to pay them back, you understand? This most recent tax years, I also filed, and I think I owed $183 or $186. And I called them, and then they adjusted my taxes and everything. And then they got me the correct figures, and they even ended up refunding me some amount of money. I've taken some classes on taxes. I'm learning more about taxes and all that, and I am filing my own taxes this year, and I'm not going to repeat those mistakes. If you don't learn how to file taxes are one of the most important things you need to learn to file, because you might end up giving out free money back to the government, because the IRS is scary. You hear about IRS and you are scared, so you want to just pay it off and all that. So me not learning about the tax system really affected me. So the next thing that I have written on my screen here is not paying my bills on time. This country is so cruel, okay? It's a very wicked country, right? When you don't pay your bills, they are going to add interest. And it started with a credit card. So I remember when I missed my first payment, I was owing $25. The next month, they added $40 penalty. I'm not joking. I can mention the credit card company. Any missed payment attracts an interest of $40. Yes, a penalty of $40. I was using AT&T one time and I missed one payment and they placed $20 penalty on it just because I forgot to make the payment on this day. You understand? So not remembering to make my payment on time would also cost you money. You wouldn't understand how much all these monies are until you look back and you think about where all these monies leaked through. The past year, you bring all of them into one sheet and you realize that you threw over $500 away. All these $500 can be invested into stocks, which is the last thing that I'm going to talk about. So not investing early. Now, I had money in stocks. I'm not going to talk about my investment and all those things, but when I came here, people were talking to me about stock markets, cryptocurrency, and I was like, what is all these things? They look like a scam and all that. But I had to learn this the hard way, that when you get a loan, and let's say it's a private loan and they ask you to pay $25 every month, you can invest, let's say, $1,000 or $500 if you have it into maybe a stock market, and every month the money that you make or the interest you make, you pay back the loans. It's something that I didn't know and I had to learn it recently. So not investing early really messed me up. Not having a savings early really messed me up. So one thing I would always advise people is find great investments, great things that you can invest in. Okay, I'm not going to go deep about my investment because I feel like it's too personal. I'm not going to talk about the investments that I do, the savings and all those things, but this is the little that I can share with you. I'm going to film another video talking about how I bounced back from the debt as an international student, because a lot of us have debt and I have been able to bounce back, or I kind of bounced back in a way. So I'm going to make another video on how I bounce back. So you want to subscribe to this channel because I've been coming your way a lot with a lot of videos. So please subscribe and then let's get this channel. We want to hit 20,000 subscribers as a personal challenge by the end of this year. So see you guys when I see you. Peace out.